there. Welcome to Homekeepers. Come right on in, my friends. It's a beautiful day today in Central Florida. I hope it's beautiful where you are. And if you're a regular viewer, you know that we have author Carol Kent on once a month. And this is the day. And I think the whole crew would agree with me that when she and her husband come in, it kind of makes the energy go up in the room. They are wonderful, wonderful people. And I thought I want to review some things with Carol. I will never forget the day she was on the program, and when the program was over, she was sitting there and we were just kind of conversing, and I felt the Holy Spirit really spoke to me to have her on once a month. And we did, and it's been a blessing, especially in the area of prisoners' families, long-term incarceration. And so isn't it amazing the way God places people? I'm so glad that he placed Carol with us, and also her husband Gene is on with us once in a while. And I want to talk to her about her ministry. Now, there might be a lot of ladies or even gentlemen who think God's calling you into the ministry. She has a special program for people like that, and I'm going to ask her about it. Then we're going to do a recipe like we've never done before, and it's lemon spiced tea. I think we've done punch before, like for a special occasion, Christmas or something, but never done a tea. So first time for everything. Before I join Stephanie, though, I want to again offer you praying circles around your children. Just one of the most important books ever written, and we have offered it many times, and I will continue to bring it out from time to time because, we do everything else for children. We work, we provide, we cook, we clean, we do laundry, we do all those things and take them to all their little activities, but are you praying for them? This book will really put a spotlight on that. And now I've joined Stephanie, and you just put what, 14 tea bags?
14 tea bags and some really hot water, and they're lemon tea bags, and it smells divine. Mm-hmm. So this is just kicking your tea up a notch. I drink tea all day.
That's what Emerald is.
Yeah,
kick it up.
Bam. Yeah.
Well,
I'm also going to put 6 cinnamon sticks in here so
Stephanie
it can steep.
and I are very often the first people here in the morning. Mm-hmm. Those are big cinnamon sticks we're putting in there.
Yeah.
And you go for your coffee, and I go for my tea.
Yeah. Well, I have coffee at home, and then I drink tea here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm just going to let this steep. So I want to show. You're going to slice lemons, okay? But
yes.
I want to show my fancy mug today because while we're taping this, we're going through the COVID-19 craziness, right? So I bring out Christmas stuff because it makes me so happy. Yes. So I have my joy picture outside my office. I bring out my Christmas coffee mugs just to bring a little joy. So that's why I have my fancy.
I think Stephanie brings out things that we all feel and talk about. She loves Christmas. Yeah. And she moved recently. Yes. And she's still standing.
Just last weekend. I'm tired.
And you're still married?
Still married. Still standing. My dogs are confused.
Oh, I bet they are. What are they doing?
They're just like running around, like trying to figure out why we aren't at our house. I'm going to add a half a cup of honey, okay, and I'm going to add a little lemon extract. This is Arthelene Rippy's kind of recipe because it's lemon, 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 lemon. Yeah,
I told Brooke a while ago, I said, we've never done anything like this, but I'd like to do a real oddball recipe once in a while.
Yeah, we did apple cider before, but we've never done
we did a wonderful, it was hot, was it?
Hot apple cider?
The apple cider?
Yeah. We've also done a hot chocolate. Like it was the most fattening hot chocolate ever. Yeah, so there's that.
So we're just gonna let the lemon tea bags, cinnamon sticks, honey.
Like so much. Oh, that was a lot. So do you want to show your fancy mug since I brought it over for you?
Well, a viewer had that made for me, and he's getting a close up on it, and it's got my name on it,
and it looks just like you.
Yeah,
I love that.
What a special gift. Yes,
I know, so special.
And we got the teapot and stuff out because I love teapots. If I had a room to just display. I'd probably buy.
She's the fancy one, and we all know that I'm not. So she brings this out. She's like, would you put tea in this? And I'm like, do you mean in real life? She's like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, I would put, I go, I'm not fancy like you are, Arthelene Rippy. Yes, I would put tea in that.
Do you think
She's
it's
like,
the British?
I think it's because she's related to the Queen somewhere down the line.
Somewhere along the line.
Yes, you are related to the Queen.
The truth is, my mom looked a lot like the Queen as she got older. In case you're interested, my mother, when she was a toddler, with her parents, came over to they called it the New Country, on a steamer. That must have been the most horrible trip ever.
Yeah.
But that's what made America, with these people coming to the New Country.
Yep.
And they came through Ellis Island, and they came legally, and I really believe they would never have taken any kind of assistance. They went right to work. Went right to work.
There you go. Yeah. Okay, so I'm going to get you some tea, some fancy tea. Oh, I may have went heavy on the lemon extract. I'm just saying.
Okay.
You want to put a slice of lemon in there?
Well, let me taste it first.
Okay, so hot. Be careful. So hot.
Oh, wow.
Is it good? Is it too heavy extract?
No.
No? Okay. No. I did what they said, but man, it was potent. Okay, let me try.
And it would probably, if it could steep.
Oh, yeah, that needs to steep a little bit longer.
A little bit longer. So, if you kind of have this bend toward good hot tea like I do, you might want this recipe. The information will come up on your screen, and you can get it any way that's convenient for you. And after that, I'm going to sit down with Carol Kent, and as I mentioned, talk to her about her ministry and how the tragedy in her life has changed it. So stay right there.
If you would like a copy of today's recipe, you may receive it by contacting us through social media as listed on the screen. When requesting a copy through the mail, be sure to include a self-addressed stamped envelope. Thank you, and please know we always appreciate hearing from our viewers.
Well, Carol, welcome back.
Thank you very much, Arthelene.
This has been going on 2 or 3 years.
Yes.
Every month you come on, and such a blessing.
Well, it's so much fun to go into a store and say, I saw you on TV with Arthelene Rippy.
Oh, man.
And so
we're going to need bodyguards.
I know. You're like my BFF and best buds here, but it is always a privilege. Thank you.
Well, I know it's been the will of God, and I'm thankful that this ministry has really put a spotlight on prisoners, inmates, and their families.
Yes.
I'm grateful for that. The last couple times you were here, you were with Jean.
Yes.
Her husband of 50 years. And we talked a lot about the book they wrote together called Staying Power. I hope you'll check that out. But you know what I'd like to do today, Carol, is review. We have a lot of new viewers. And your ministry, and I met you when you came to speak for Women of Faith or something like that.
Yes.
And scheduled an interview, which we tried to do, and found out she's a magnificent speaker and a prolific writer and all. And when I met you, it hadn't been too long before with your only son, wonderful son, you adored him, killed a man, and he's in prison for life. And that changed everything. And one thing I want to talk about today is what has come out of that.
Yes.
Wonderful things have come out of it. But also before that, how did you get started speaking?
Do you know, so many people think that it happened overnight. And they'll say, well, who did you get to promote you? But you know what, Arthelene, for most of us who serve in ministry, ministry starts with being faithful in the small things. And I remember when I was pregnant for our son, Jason, it was my first year in 5 years not to be a teacher, and I was a little bored. And I thought, I'm going to...
Did you teach in public school?
I taught in public school. I taught drama, speech, and English. And I thought, I'm going to have a neighborhood Bible study. And I invited a whole group of neighbors to my home to talk about what it means to have a Christian marriage. And can you believe we wrote Staying Power? Little did I know I would go
50
on to
years
write
later.
a book, yes, almost that long. And it was a sweet time. And one of these women said, well, Carol, I'm a state trooper's wife. And there are a whole lot of troopers' wives who want to get together every month, and we like book studies. Do you think you would talk to us? Well, little did I know that more than half of those women did not know Jesus yet. So it became my very first evangelistic Bible study, and I had the privilege of leading several of them to the Lord. And as year followed year, I had taught unwed pregnant teenagers in an alternative education program and got to share Jesus with a lot of these girls. And so people are interested in social problems. I started being asked to do retreat workshops, and I love the Bible. So I started to put together a series of 3 or 4 messages that became retreat messages. And so year by year by year, I realized God was increasing the number of invitations I had to speak. And then we moved to Fort Wayne, Indiana, and I became director of women's ministries at Dr. David Jeremiah's church there. And we launched Bible study, we thought, for 100 women, and 225 came through the doors on the very first day of the study. And then invitations started to come, not only from in the city, but all over the country.
And how many books have you written?
Counting the ones that I have compiled and worked on with others, about 25.
So, see, there's no such thing as an overnight success.
No,
That's
it
for
took
sure.
a lot of years.
Now you mentor, and I don't know anything about this, certainly not very much. Tell us about, you hold yearly,
Yes.
what do you call it? For
We
people
call
who
it
want
the
to,
Speak Up Conference.
and you teach people.
We teach people how to write and speak for God's glory. So we bring in wonderful professionals like Christian authors who serve as author mentors. Publishers are there. Acquisition editors are there to talk to people who have book ideas. And then we have people who teach people how to do social media so that they can share more about what they are speaking about or writing about. And we do 7 breakout sessions with 6 different topics each time and keynotes. And it has become my favorite conference of the year. We usually have about 300 men and women, mostly women because I'm more well-known in women's circles, but it has been such a joy to do what we call equipping the next generation of Christian communicators. So people can find out about it at speakupconference.com.
Yeah, we'll get that website up. And also, I was out on the circuit for 20 years speaking, and I wish I had known about this. I would think that if you feel the Lord's calling you in that direction, she could give you a lot of shortcuts. you don't have to go the long way all the time. So why don't you write that down, and there might come a time that I think it's a great idea. And
Well,
I'm not more qualified.
What's exciting right now is that we are even having some young military wives come, and they say they are being equipped for global evangelism and Bible teaching because Uncle Sam sends them all over the globe. And they said, we want to be equipped to start Bible studies on our bases. And so we're very excited to see the way God keeps expanding this ministries in ways we never dreamed about.
And I wanted them to know about this, and because you can learn the nuts and bolts things, and then you don't have to go through all that learning process. One thing I really want to review, though, what would your ministry be like if Jason were not in prison for the rest of his life?
Arthelene, I have asked myself that question so
I
many
could
times.
answer it probably.
Well, you probably could because you've known suffering. I know that I would not be as compassionate a person as I am now. I used to almost pride myself on not being a crier, and now I can cry at the drop of a hat because I feel the deep pain in people. But that was never me before. I know that I probably would not have written books about being in a new kind of normal or helping people to build an unquenchable faith while they feel like life is turning into an ash heap. I realized that the whole, just the meat and bones of ministry is richer because I have walked a path of suffering. And in my case, God has chosen not to deliver me out of my fiery
Wouldn't that
furnace.
be great?
I would be so happy about that. But he has chosen to walk with me in the middle of my firestorm. And I am watching God work in our son Jason's life in such a profound way. And I want to thank all of you homekeepers who out there, because I know you pray for us. And ever since Arthelene and I started to have these discussions monthly here on the show, I have heard from so many of you who've written notes saying, I am praying for your son as he ministers to men behind
Praise
the
the
razor
Lord.
wire. I want you to know you are not alone. And do you know what that does for us, Arthelene? To know that there are people, due to this program, who pray for Jason, who is our missionary on the inside, as we like to call
And
him.
that is, you can't put a figure on that. When I was preparing for this time with you, I thought of the song Andre Crouch wrote, I thank God for the mountains, and I thank him for the valleys. I thank him for the storms he's brought me through. Because if I never had a problem, I'd never know that he could solve them. I'd never know what faith in God could do. And in that beautiful chorus, through it all, I've learned to trust in Jesus. I think that's the only thing that enriches us. I really do believe that. It's the only thing that enriches us in the Christian life is that suffering.
It is so amazing. And we talk about serving while suffering. And we did a whole chapter on that in the new book on staying power, because as a couple, as an individual, when out of the depths of your own pain, you look around and see others who are struggling, and then you do something to help them, it changes you. It bolsters your faith. It lets you know that you're God's hand to a world in need, and so it blesses your heart in an extraordinary way. And I have a dear friend who shared her story in the book, and she suffers from rheumatoid arthritis very severely. And they wanted to serve on the mission field, where they would have to be in the middle of a difficult field. And she said, when I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis, I knew that very likely I would one day be crippled and that I would not be able to serve in the way I thought. But that's the beauty of who God is. You know, I never dreamed I would be serving God as the mother of a young man with a life without parole sentence. That wasn't my dream. I would much rather be known as a Bible teacher than as the mother of a murderer.
Yeah.
But God had a different plan. He said, Carol, I can use you better when you're humbled. I can use you more when you look around and say, who else is in need, who you can help. And it is a miracle how God does that.
One of the best things that's come out of this, and that Speak Up for Hope, is a ministry to prisoners. And I used to sing in maximum security prisons.
Yes.
I've sung in San Quentin and Leavenworth, and I directed a choir of criminals in San Quentin.
I would have loved to have seen that.
San Quentin. But what you have done, and I got a check for you.
Oh.
What she has done is tell us the inner workings. See, I didn't know that a prisoner had an account, that you can put money in it. And I bet the greatest majority, there's no money in their accounts. And so you send it to Carol, you can trust her, trust me on that. And they then, through Jason, can put money in their account. And you know what? They get snacks and maybe hygiene things.
And some tennis shoes now and then.
And that is huge.
Oh.
To them.
We have heard from inmates who have been blessed by some of your viewers through their inmate account, who said, one young man said, in 20 years, I've never had anybody put money in my inmate account. And he said, thank you, thank you, thank you. I am so blessed and so grateful to the people who cared. And you know, when we love on them that way, they start to look at spiritual issues in a different way. And it's as if something wakes up in them and they say, well, if God's people love me like that, he must love me. And it has become an ongoing
It's one of the most
blessing.
impressive ministries that's ever come to me because, first place, there's no overhead. You're not paying for a building or anything. And you send it to these good people. And I think I told you once, I wanted you to tell Jason I wanted the meanest, most God-hating, horrible
Yes.
individual he knows in that prison and put it in his account. Tell him somebody loves him, somebody
I love
cares.
that. And you know, so often we want to reach out to the lovable people instead of the unlovable. And in prison, you find a lot of unlovable people. And Jason would tell you again and again how there have been times, even as recently as 3 weeks ago when we were with him, where he said there was an incident on the compound this week that was about to escalate into what could have been just a knockdown fight that could even end in death with one of the inmates. And he said, God gave me the ability to intervene and to show a humble body language and to be careful with the kind of eye contact I gave him. And he said, I just could feel the Holy Spirit instructing me step by step to not be aggressive, but to be the person who would bring peace and who would quiet down the nerves of this angry inmate. And he said pretty soon this man backed off and he no longer had this intention to
Praise
harm
the
one of the
Lord.
other inmates. Arthelene,
Give
I
me
know,
goosebumps.
I know that's of God. And I know that Jason has been God's man on that compound to be able to bring peace, to be able to bring God's truth and hope to these men. And through Speak Up for Hope, we are so grateful for the men who know they're cared for.
And $25 in their account probably make they think they're a millionaire.
Oh, yes.
And there's one more thing, and I really just want to put the spotlight on this because every time Carol comes, there's 100 things to talk about. She's usually got a new book or something. But I just wanted to review all this. One thing I think you have done, and through this show somewhat, is pull the curtain back. There's a lot of relatives of inmates that are ashamed, they're hiding, they don't want anybody to know, and I say, got a loved one in jail, and I love him. And I want the Lord to save him. I want to make sure I meet him in heaven. And just Jesus took our shame, didn't he?
Yes,
you don't have
he
to be
did.
ashamed.
And I think so many times we think it's all about us. What will people think of me?
Right.
Will they somehow turn their back on me?
Did you ever have those thoughts? Because you were in the public view.
Oh, I was. And for
Not me.
for that initial time period when I felt like I could hardly breathe and I didn't know how I would be received on the outside, I felt fear.
What will people think?
But do you know what happened? I walked into my church lobby. I'm going to weep while I tell you this, Arthelene. One by one, people without words came and put their arms around us, and they wept with us. They didn't say, oh, how horrible, this is just awful, what kind of a mother were you? They just cried with me. And in that moment, I felt so loved and received, and I felt they were bearing my pain with me.
They were.
And that's what we're called to do as believers, to bear each other's burdens, the Bible says. And when we do that, there is a camaraderie, there is an unexpected joy. And do you know what? It even provides an example to the world of what happens to believers who care for one another.
So there's a lot of reasons that God brought Carol to us. And I thought of us, I always think in songs. When you were telling that, these wonderful Christians embracing you, I'm so glad I'm a part of the family of God. And if you're not a part of the family of God, you can be my friend. You can kneel down right where you are right now and talk to him. Say, I want to be in your family. He's not going to turn you away at all. And please stay with me. I have a couple more things to say before we say goodbye.
Arthelene would like you to keep the following information handy. You may contact Homekeepers by writing to Homekeepers, P.O. Box 6922, Clearwater, Florida 33758, or go to www.rippy.org. Remember, we always enjoy hearing from our viewers, and we thank you for your support.
Okay, let me again remind you that the last program and this one we have again offered the book Praying Circles Around Your Children. I kind of think it's the most important book we've ever offered. It's for grandparents or for parents, and it's that solemn reminder that that's just about the best thing you can do for your children. And you can write to me at the address on the screen, or you can call 800-229-0059 and get it that way, and we will get it right out to you. I think it's a real life changer. Well, I really enjoyed that conversation with Carol because I wanted to be able to present the conference she has yearly for people who are in the ministry or entering the ministry. And I used to go to a few conferences like that. I was a minister of music for years, and I go to music conferences, and I can't tell you how valuable they are. I just, it'll make you better at what you do to attend something like that. But also, I think the obvious question was, what would your ministry be like if you hadn't been through this great, great tragedy? My personal opinion is that Carol's ministry would be nothing like it is today without the heartache, the tragedy, and the ongoing. Jason is in prison for life without some kind of a miracle. And I once read A.W. Tozer wrote, God never uses a man greatly until he has hurt him deeply. And friend, I'd like you to look at your own life. Have you had a real tragedy in it, real heartache, real pain, and you haven't used it properly? God wants those things to so enrich us and to so acquaint us with him, with Jesus, who was a man of sorrows, because the things that come out of it are pure ministry. You know, when you can relate to someone, it makes all the difference in the world. And I'm so thankful that Jean and Carol Kent have been an example of what the worst of the worst of the worst can happen in your life, and God can bring such wonderful, beautiful things out of it for his kingdom. And that's really the bottom line all the way. So if you're wallowing in the sorrow that you've had, let God turn it around for good. Think about it. And please join me next time, remembering there's no higher calling than that of a homekeeper. God bless you.
If you should miss a Homekeepers program, you can catch up by going to www.ctnonline.com. Click on CTN Programs and then on Homekeepers.